The most common questions I get from people is regarding addiction, whether it be one of their loved ones suffer from addiction, someone in their family. A lot of people ask me, how can I help them? What can I do? How can we get them sober? So first of all, the biggest thing is they need to want the help. They need to want and have that desire to even get sober. Some people don't want to help. Some people don't want to change. Some people love the lifestyle. I, at one point, can honestly say I thought that I was going to be doing it forever. I never thought that I'd ever change or that I'd ever be doing what I'm doing today. I may not be at my full potential at the moment, but back then, I honestly could say I was cool with it. Some people don't want the help. So that's the first thing. You can want them to get sober, but whether or not they want to, that's a whole different thing. They need to have that desire and that burning desire to want a different life, okay? And to be sick of it. So the first thing, when I made that decision within myself to get sober, it's all about sacrifice and isolation. You need to give up everything you have. When I quit, it wasn't because I ran out of drugs. It wasn't the case. I still had, I literally had to sacrifice. I had to throw away things, everything from my addiction. I had 2 rubbish bags full of trash, okay? Drugs, baggies, pipes, lighters, torches, butane cans, scrapers, coolers. It just nonsense, Things I needed to let go. Anything that even reminded me of my addiction, anything chronic looking in my room, I needed to throw it away. And the reason this is what you have to do is because the longer you hold on to something, the longer you allow it space in your life. If I were to hold on to it and still try to be sober, I could have at any moment could have a bad situation or a bad, I could be going through something emotionally, and then I could be like, fuck this sobriety shit, and I could turn to it and it'll be right there. So the first step is throwing your shit away. I don't care if you got a paper or an ounce. You need to throw it away. Throw it down into it. Even though you're gonna lose that's worth money. Nah, nigga, that's worth your life. What's more important? You need to throw it away. You not oh, I'm gonna smoke this first and then I'm gonna quit as soon as I'm done with this. Nah, nigga, because your mentality changes, your thoughts change, your feelings change. Okay, it changes you. So you might want to be sober and then say like, oh, I'm gonna smoke the rest of what I have. It don't work like that, fool. That's the trap. That is the motherfucking trap. It don't work like that. Okay, you need to sacrifice now, this very second, anything you have. So for me, I used to have 10 fucking phones. I used to have like hundreds of contacts that all were either people who used to smoke with me, sell to me, deal with me, steal from me, do crime with me. People who are of the same life. Honestly, I've had this conversation with my mother. I used to believe in my own sick ass head that everybody did drugs. I used to literally fight tooth and nail and be like, Ma, you don't know what you're talking about. Everybody do drugs. And she's like, no, Taran, that is not true. She's like, I have a lot of friends and we all don't do drugs. And I'm like, whatever, Ma, you don't know shit. And so, I believed it. I didn't know there were other things in life. It was all I knew. Okay, and so when I made this decision to get sober, for one, I had to throw away all of those fucking phones. I had to delete every contact from my past associations, okay? I had to change my number, which I did, and I literally moved out of my house, okay? It was kind of a blessing that my lease was at its 1 year end. When I decided to get sober, I moved out of my house because these niggas would not stop coming. Everybody were like, Taran, people who want to fucking bring me back down. Not everyone will be able to move out of their house, but that's okay. You need to set that boundaries. There are times when I almost fought with people in my garage because they never believed I was sober. Like, they would come around and be like, hey, what you doing? I'd be like, what I told you the last time? For stop coming, yeah? I'm not doing that anymore. I had to fucking fight tooth and nail because why? They're gonna keep coming, okay? You need to change your number, change your contacts, stop communicating. Like, yeah, okay, you guys might not be enemies, but they're definitely not on the same path as you. So if you're headed one way and they're headed another way, you're not heading in the same direction. So your friendship will not let you continue going in the direction you want to go. It'll bring you back naturally. That's a natural cycle. So if you're on a different path from the people you used to cruise with, you need to remove yourself so that you can fully continue heading in that direction, okay? And honestly, this is one thing that I struggled with. Despite my 70-pound weight gain, one of the things I struggled with was depression. You know, feeling alone all the time, always feeling alone, not having friends, because everyone I knew was still using, you know, everyone. And so like practically for a year, I felt so isolated. I felt so isolated and so alone because, and not only that, but everyone was against me because of the fact that I chose to get sober and pull out. Everyone had something negative to say, you know, whether it be doubting me or talking shit or making up some fucked up reason for why I decided. I was so sick of the lifestyle, so sick of looking around me and seeing faces that I knew did not have 1 ounce of genuine care and love for me in their heart. I kept choosing to continue being around these people instead of my family, instead of my mom and my grandma who'd cry and pray for me every day to get off of the drugs, okay? And yet I chose these people over them. Constantly missing shit, missing Christmas, missing family functions, missing my mom's birthday, you know, making up lies and excuses of why I can't be there. And this is what I chose them for. This is what I chose over them. Like, I got so sick and tired of the fake friendships, you know, the disappointments, the manipulation, you know, the motives in everything, that when I reached that point of like, I'm so sick of this, I made that decision in my head. Once I made that decision, I'm like, damn, I know what I got to do. And that's what I did. I got rid of everything, you know. I got rid of everything. I slept and ate for months. And I just gained so much weight. And in the process, becoming depressed and lonely and isolated and feeling estranged and indifferent to people. I felt these things and was just, you know, there were times when I was like, I felt hopeless, you know, I felt sad. And what happens when you close these doors is God opens new doors, you know. So I had to make that sacrifice. It's all about sacrifice and isolation, yeah. When you close doors on your old life, God opens new doors. God opens new doors to new friendships, new lifestyles, jobs. So I started working. I started getting jobs. You know, they were small and minimum wage jobs, but they were just the first step of many that I had to take in order to stay focused, stay driven, stay motivated, stay busy. And people would see me and be like, damn, that's you, Taran. I never even recognized you gained so much weight. Oh, you came on Mona, yeah? And I'd be like, yeah, thanks, you know? And so that was another thing that affected me. But you know what? The most important thing you can do is just take it a day at a time. What's more important, you being skinny? Because I was 150 pounds on ice, okay? When I got sober and I gained all my weight, I got up to 224 pounds. I went from a size 9 to a size 16. Right now, I'm 164 pounds, okay? So that's a 60-pound weight loss. After I got sober and I gained all that weight, 70 pounds I gained. I lost 60, and trust and believe I'm healthy today. I'm healthy. I was able to find balance in how I eat and how I live and what I do. And I'm okay today, you know. It was a struggle. It was a struggle during that time and that moment of confusion and that fear of the unknown and not knowing what tomorrow's going to bring. Or if, you know, I had to learn to love myself enough to walk away from what was destroying me. And that's all I can basically say is you need to want it. You need to sacrifice. You need to isolate. And don't worry. God will open new doors. He will give you new friends. He'll give you a new job, okay? He'll give you a new life. And you just need to make that step.